Consider this truth. We don't lose strength because we age. We age faster because we lose strength. After the age of 50, it's easy to accept muscle loss as an inevitable part of life. But the science tells a different story. Beginning around age 30, we can lose up to 5% of our muscle mass with each passing decade, unless we choose to fight back. And our most powerful weapon in this fight is not cardio, nor is it stretching. It is focused, deliberate resistance training. However, not all workouts are created equal, especially for those in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. You need movements that are safe, joint-friendly, and profoundly effective at building the kind of functional strength that keeps you independent, balanced, and full of life. In this guide, I will walk you through 3 of the most beneficial dumbbell leg exercises, specifically chosen for healthy adults over 50 who are ready to take command of their physical future. These are the very movements that physical therapists and sports scientists recommend to build enduring power. Are you ready to stand taller, move with confidence, and age with strength? Let's begin. And I urge you not to skip ahead, as the first exercise may be the one that surprises you the most. Before we start, we invite you to join our community by sharing where you're tuning in from in the comments below. Exercise 1. The Bulgarian Split Squat. Your foundation for balance. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever risen from a low chair and felt a moment of uncertainty? A hesitation at the edge of a curb, wondering if your legs would hold you steady? That feeling isn't just a sign of getting older. It's a warning. And it's one we can answer. The Bulgarian Split Squat is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful exercises for anyone over 50 seeking to build strength, stability, and symmetry in their lower body. It trains each leg independently, which compels your weaker side to strengthen and catch up. This is a game changer for preventing falls and dramatically improving your balance. Why does this matter so much after 50? Over the years, most of us develop a dominant leg. It quietly takes over daily tasks like climbing stairs or standing from a seated position, while the weaker leg gradually falls behind. This imbalance can lead to joint pain, poor alignment, and even serious hip or knee injuries. The consequences can be severe. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 adults over 65 falls each year, and for many, a fall can lead to a life-altering injury like a broken hip or head trauma. The Bulgarian Split Squat confronts this risk head-on. By training strength and control on one leg at a time, it helps you correct these imbalances and build practical power that translates directly into everyday life. It also carries another significant benefit. It places far less stress on the lower back than traditional barbell squats, making it a safer choice for aging joints and spines. The muscles this exercise engages are crucial for daily function. Your quadriceps power you when standing up and climbing stairs. Your glutes are vital for posture, balance, and hip stability. Your hamstrings support both knee and hip function, and your core remains engaged throughout, stabilizing your entire body. This is more than just a leg workout. It's a full-body challenge in balance and control. Here is how to perform it correctly. You will need a bench, a step, or a sturdy chair, and 1 or 2 dumbbells. You can also begin with just your body weight. For the setup, stand about 1 large step in front of the bench, facing away. Reach 1 foot back and place the top of your foot on the bench. Your front foot should be positioned far enough forward so that as you lower yourself, your front knee remains behind your toes. For the movement, hold a dumbbell in each hand with your arms at your sides. Inhale, and then slowly lower your back knee toward the ground until your front thigh is nearly parallel to the floor. Keep your chest up, your back straight, and your core engaged. Exhale and drive through the heel of your front foot to return to the starting position. A key tip is to focus on the front leg doing all the work. The back leg is there simply for balance. Common mistakes to avoid include leaning too far forward, which shifts stress to your lower back, and allowing your front knee to push past your toes, which can strain the knee joint. Avoid rising onto the toes of your front foot, as this reduces the activation of your glutes. Remember, slow and controlled movement is paramount. For beginners, start with only your body weight. Use a lower surface for your back foot, and feel free to lightly hold on to a wall for balance. Begin with a reduced range of motion and gradually go deeper as you build strength. We recommend 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions per leg, with a 60 to 90-second rest between sets. Once your form is impeccable, you can add light dumbbells. Form always comes first. The real-life application of this exercise isn't about aesthetics. It's about walking up your front steps without reaching for the railing. It's about picking up a grandchild without a wobble. It is, fundamentally, about not falling, and having the strength to get back up if you do. After just 2 weeks of consistent practice, you will feel a tangible difference every time you stand, walk, or climb stairs. And while this movement builds balance from the front, our next exercise will fortify the entire backside of your body, your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. These are the unsung heroes of good posture and daily movement. Do not skip it, because true leg strength that lasts well into your 70s is built on the foundation you can't see in the mirror. Exercise 2. The Romanian Dumbbell Deadlift, the posture protector. We've all heard the advice, lift with your legs, not your back. But this advice is incomplete. It doesn't teach us how to build the powerful foundation required to do so safely. That changes today. The Romanian Dumbbell Deadlift, or RDL, is one of the most effective and spine-friendly exercises for people over 50 to build strength in the posterior chain. That is the system of muscles on the backside of your body, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back. These muscles are your body's power center. They govern how you stand, walk, bend, and lift. When they weaken, everyday movements can become a source of risk. In modern life, we spend too much time sitting and often bend with poor mechanics, rarely challenging these crucial muscles. Over time, this can lead to what physical therapists call gluteal amnesia, a condition where the brain's connection to the glute muscles weakens. The consequences are significant. Research from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine has shown that a weak posterior chain is strongly linked to low back pain, poor posture, and an increased risk of falls in older adults. Furthermore, the hamstrings, the large muscles behind your thighs, are essential for powerful walking, climbing stairs, and lifting objects without injuring your back. What makes the Romanian deadlift so special? Unlike a standard deadlift that begins from the floor, the RDL starts from a standing position and emphasizes a hip hinge, not a deep knee bend. This makes it inherently safer for aging joints, especially if you have sensitive knees, but do not mistake simple for easy. When performed correctly, this movement builds serious strength and functional mobility precisely where most older adults need it most. The muscles it works are your hamstrings, which prevent knee injuries and stabilize your hips, your glutes, which support your spine and power your stride, and the muscles of your lower back, which protect your lumbar spine from strain. Your core, of course, remains engaged to keep you stable. Together, these muscles form your foundation for a life of active movement. Here is how to perform the Romanian deadlift safely. You will need 2 dumbbells. Performing the exercise barefoot or in flat shoes is preferred. For the setup, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Hold a dumbbell in each hand, with your arms hanging straight in front of your thighs. Maintain a slight bend in your knees. They should be soft, not locked, and not deeply bent. For the movement, take a breath in. Begin the hip hinge by pushing your hips backward, as if you are trying to touch a wall behind you with your glutes. Slowly lower the dumbbells down the front of your legs, keeping them close to your body. Maintain a flat back and a proud chest. Do not allow your spine to round. Lower the weights until you feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings, which is typically around mid-shin level. Then, exhale, drive your hips forward, and squeeze your glutes to return to a standing position. The key cue is to think of your torso and hips moving like a hinge. Your spine should remain neutral, like a straight line from your head to your tailbone. Common mistakes to avoid are rounding your lower back, bending your knees too much, which turns the movement into a squat, and letting the dumbbells drift away from your body. At the top of the movement, tighten your glutes, but do not hyperextend your back. Beginners can use very light dumbbells or even a broomstick to perfect the form. Perform the movement slowly, focusing on control, and only go as low as you can while maintaining a flat back. We recommend 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, with 60 to 90 seconds of rest. Focus on feeling the stretch in your hamstrings on the way down and the powerful glute squeeze at the top. The real-life impact of this exercise is profound. Imagine lifting a suitcase, taking laundry out of the dryer, or picking up a child from the floor without back pain, hesitation, or strain. The Romanian deadlift helps you reclaim those moments. It trains your body to move with strength that doesn't fade with age but grows. Now that we have powered up the entire backside of your body, let's finish by training the lower body as a single, powerful unit with one of the most functional movements you perform every day: the squat. But not just any squat. We will focus on the goblet squat. Safe, joint-friendly, and perfect for building strength that appears every time you sit and stand. Stay with me. This final exercise may be the most important one of all. Exercise 3. The goblet. Squat. Strength for everyday life. Think about your day. Every time you sit down to a meal, rise from a chair, or settle into your car, you are performing a squat. It is one of the most fundamental movements of human life. The question is, are you training for it? If you're not practicing this movement with proper form, you are allowing your legs, hips, and knees to slowly lose the power they need to support you. The goblet squat is one of the safest and most functional lower body exercises for adults over 50. It's effective because it mimics a real-life movement pattern while building total leg strength, improving posture, and protecting your joints, all without the need for a barbell. Let's dispel a myth. Squats are not inherently dangerous for your knees. Badly performed squats are. The goblet squat corrects this by its very nature. Holding the weight in front of you encourages an upright posture, which reduces spinal stress. It activates your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core in perfect balance, and it teaches you to move through your hips, not just bend at your knees. Consider this. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that older adults who performed squats twice a week showed a 35% improvement in mobility and leg strength in just 8 weeks. This isn't about building bigger muscles. It's about building the independence to stand and move with ease, now and for decades to come. This exercise strengthens your quadriceps, which help you rise from chairs, your glutes for climbing stairs and supporting your back, your hamstrings for controlling your movements, and your core for protecting your spine. Unlike machine-based exercises, the goblet squat teaches your entire body to work as a single, coordinated unit, just as it does in daily life. Here is how to perform the goblet squat with a dumbbell. You will need 1 dumbbell of a light to moderate weight. You can place a chair behind you as a depth guide. For the setup, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart with your toes turned slightly outward. Hold the dumbbell vertically against your chest, cupping one end with your hands as if you were holding a goblet. Your elbows should point downward. For the movement, brace your core, inhale, and begin to lower your body by bending your knees and pushing your hips back as though you were sitting down into a chair. Keep your chest lifted and your elbows tracking inside your knees. Go as low as your mobility comfortably allows, aiming for your thighs to be parallel to the ground but never force it. Exhale and press through your heels to return to standing, squeezing your glutes at the top. The key is to keep the weight close to your body and prevent your knees from collapsing inward. Common mistakes include letting your chest drop, which puts pressure on your lower back and allowing your heels to lift off the floor. Holding the weight too far from your chest can also add unnecessary strain to your shoulders. For beginners, start with no weight at all, using a chair to guide your depth. Even a partial squat builds strength. You can also hold on to a stable surface for balance. We recommend 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions with 60 seconds of rest. Start with a light weight, just enough to feel the challenge without compromising your form. The magic happens in the slow, controlled descent. The power you build with squats isn't just for athletes. It's for grandparents who want to lift their grandkids, for retirees who want to garden without pain, and for anyone who wishes to sit and stand without a second thought. When your legs are strong, you feel confident. You walk taller. You move without hesitation. That is the kind of freedom we all desire in the second half of life. You now have the 3 core exercises that can reshape your lower body and extend your independence, all without fancy machines or a significant time commitment. Here is the truth. Getting older is a guarantee. Growing weaker is a choice. You have just learned 3 of the most powerful, science-backed exercises to build leg strength, balance, and resilience after 50. The purpose of these movements, the Bulgarian split squat, the Romanian deadlift, and the goblet squat, is not to chase an idealized physique. It is about something far more profound. It is about the quiet confidence of standing tall without fear. It is about climbing a flight of stairs without a groan. It is about holding on to your freedom, 1 repetition at a time. You don't have to perform them perfectly today. You simply have to begin. I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises are you most eager to try? Let me know in the comments below. If this guide has helped you see what is possible, please give it a like. And if you are serious about staying strong for the next 10, 20, or 30 years, subscribe for more practical, science-backed content. Remember, you are not too old, and it is not too late. You are just getting started.